మా కార్యక్రమంపై మీ అభిప్రాయాలు తెలియజేయగలరు. ఈమెయిల్ ddSaptagiri@gmail.com, ఫేస్బుక్ www.facebook.com/ddsaptagiri, ట్విట్టర్ twitter.com/ddsaptagirivja, ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ www.instagram.com/ddsaptagiri, యూట్యూబ్ www.youtube.com/c/ddsaptagiri.
Hello children, a very happy evening to you all. Hope you are ready with your answers for the question paper that I have given you in the morning session. I am with my own answers and let us do a comparison. Let us have a good revision of the model paper again, how the answers are going to be for the given question paper. As I told you, this question paper is for 100 marks and you have to go attempting the paper within 3 hours 15 minutes. Let us go reading the instructions again. Here you are given the time duration, that is 3 hours 15 minutes, and the maximum marks is 100. This question paper has 35 questions in 3 sections, A, B and C. You have to answer all the questions on a separate answer book supplied to you. 15 minutes of time is allotted exclusively for reading the question paper and 3 hours for writing the answers. Answer all the questions of section B, that is grammar and vocabulary, in the same order at one place in your answer book. Start answering the questions as you read them. So, these are the instructions that we have to follow strictly. You should write all the answers in the given answer booklet, separate answer booklet. Okay. Let us see how the question paper is answered. Here in section A, which is for 30 marks, you are given 4 passages to read and comprehend. Let us see what they are. For this first passage, which has the questions 1 to 5, you are given a passage from the environment, that is the interview of Vangari Maathai. Here she speaks something about her childhood days. When I was a child, which is almost more than 50 years ago, the environment was very pristine, very beautiful and very green. We were a British colony and the British government at that time started to clear cut the indigenous forests in our forested mountains because they wanted to establish complete pristine, very beautiful and green. Among the 3 given answers, you should go choosing the perfect answer. Okay, so here the answer is C. You have to mention in the answer paper just C. You have to put the letter C, that's all. You need not write the whole phrase or the sentence or any word. You can just write C. We expect you to write the letters of the correct options. So, here the answer is C. The next question is also a multiple choice question here. What species did they bring from abroad? In the passage it is given that from the northern hemisphere pine trees are brought, and from again eucalyptus from Australia. See, watch the passage again. Here it is given clearly that eucalyptus trees are brought from Australia. So, you can choose that correct option, that is B, pine and eucalyptus. That is the correct answer. You can write just B against the fourth question in your answer booklet. Next comes the fifth question, that is what happened to the local flora and fauna? It completely disappeared. So, it is answer B. You have to just mention B against the question 5. Next comes for question number 6 to 8, you are going to have a stanza from the poem, that is reading B. Here we are given a stanza from Plea for India. So, here we Indians are proud to be a strong nation, our roots we declare cannot be shaken. Then why these fights which leave us in poor plight, irrespective of our region, forget the caste which makes us lose our charm. So, this is the stanza given from the poem. What are the questions given under this poem? Let us see it once. The question number 6 is, dash kind of feeling is expressed in the poem, and it is patriotic. It is not about religious or regional things, but it is a patriotic kind of feeling which is expressed in the poem. So, the answer is B. Next comes 7th question, which leaves us in poor plight. It is mentioned in the poem that fights leave us in poor plight. So, the answer is C. The next question is, dash make us lose our charm. It is caste. It is given there in the poem. So, all of the 3 questions, they are straightly from the stanza given there in the question paper. You can easily answer such questions if they are not applied. Next comes the question number 9 to 10, and it is a passage given from reading B from prose lessons. Here it is given from reading B of unit 1. Every success story is also a story of great failures. Let us see. As a young cartoonist, Walt Disney faced many rejections from newspaper editors who said he had no talent. One day, a minister at a church hired him to draw some cartoons. Disney was working out of a small mouse-infested shed near a church. After seeing a small mouse, he was inspired. That was the start of Mickey Mouse. What are the questions given under this passage? Here again you are given 2 multiple choice questions. The 9th question is, Walt Disney was inspired by a small mouse. A small mouse is there with the letter C. So, you should mention the letter C as the answer against the question number 9. Next comes question number 10. What is meant by mouse infested shed? Mouse infested shed means what? Here you are given 3 answers. Of course, they may appear closely perfect, but it is not totally. A shed occupied by large number of rats, a shed occupied and damaged by large number of rats, a shed built by a large number of rats. Here the answer, which is very closer, is a shed occupied by and damaged by a large number of rats. So, it is B. The correct answer is B. You have to write B against the question number 10. And for this question number 11 to 15, you are given a table to study. I have told you that you are going to get either a table or in a pie chart or a diagram, tree diagram, like that you will be given. You have to study whatever the diagram given there, and you have to answer the questions given under that diagram. Here you are given a table. What is it about? Rates of GST in different countries. Here you are given 3 columns, under which you are given the serial numbers and a number of countries, the names of some countries, and the rates of the respective rates of GST of the respective countries is given against the names of the countries here. So, here the first one, the country mentioned here is Australia with a rate of GST 10%. France is with 19.6%, Canada is with 5%, Germany is with 19%, Japan is with 5%, and Singapore is with 7%. You have to go having a good study of that table, whatever it is given there, and then let us go to the questions given under this table. What is the data about? That is the question 11. So, usually such a question is asked under this study skills, that what is the diagram or what is the data or what is the pie chart is about, like that you will be asked. So, when it is asked, so I am saying it just for those children who are really who cannot attempt such questions on their own. They can go referring to the table once again and can read the information given above the table. They can attempt the question so easily if it is given so. See, here it is mentioned rates of GST of different countries. So, you have to mention the same here. Usually the information, some information is given above the table or the diagram. You have to read it and you can write it for such questions like what is the data about or what is the diagram about, likewise. So, here you have to mention the same, and I have mentioned rates of GST in different countries. Next comes the 12th question, that is how many countries are shown in the table. Of course, the table is simple. So, you can definitely count the countries numbers, and here you can write it is 6 countries. Question number 13 is the rate of GST in Germany is. Again you have to go studying the table. Here Germany, you just read or study the content against that one. The rate of GST of Germany is 19%. So, now attempt the question with the correct answer, that is B. You have to write the letter B against the question number 13. Question number 14, which country has the highest rate of GST? So, whenever even while answering at your examination hall, you have to go through that, you have to study the table again and again, see. So, here it is again given there, what is that so and so. So, we are going to answer the question here. It is France. Which country has the highest rate of GST? It is France with 19.6% of GST. So, we have mentioned the correct answer here. It is C. Which is the correct statement among the following sentences? Here you are given 3 sentences and you have to find out which one is the correct one. Canada and Japan have the same rates of GST. So, we have to observe again. If Canada and Japan have the same rates of GST, it is Canada 5% and Japan is with 5%. So, it is true, it is correct, the statement is correct, but we have to go through the remaining statements as well, because if there may be another correct statement sometimes. So, our country is shown in the above table. Is it given? No. So, it is not correct. The rate of GST of France is less than that of Germany. Let us go watching it again. Is that less? No. So, it is also a wrong statement. So, what we have attempted, it is the correct answer, and Canada and Japan have the same rate of GST is the correct answer. We have to put the letter A against question number 15. Question number 16, it is from section B. Till now we have come across section A, where we have answered all the reading comprehension questions. They may look very easy, but the thing, and they are going to give you high score as well. But the only thing that you have to remember is you should be very careful while reading the questions and answering them, that if any single mistake you make, that may lead to loss of 2 marks. So, here if you go to section B, it is going to be very easy, of course. If you pay a good interest over them and have a good consciousness while attempting these questions. Here it is given question number 16, combine the following sentences using which. And you have to remember once again that in the instructions it is clearly given that you have to write the answers of this part, that is section B, in the answer booklet. It is not to be written on the question paper. You have to remember that well. Yes, it is question number 16. You have to combine the sentences using the relative pronouns. Sometimes it may be given which or who or maybe that as well. How we have to combine these sentences? Here it is given which, and the sentences given are: Nick's mother invented a plastic instrument. It helps Nick in holding things. Nick's mother invented a plastic instrument which helps Nick in holding things. We know pretty well that which is used for, which is the relative pronoun used for the things, and who is for persons. So, here the focus of the thing is mentioned in the second sentence, it, the pronoun and all. So, here it is going to be using which, and it is clearly given in the instruction that you have to use which. So, it should be used after the thing that is present there in the sentence. Nick's mother invented a plastic instrument which helps Nick in holding things. That is how we have to write the answer. Next comes question number 17, change the following into passive voice. And what is the sentence given here? Abel did not pay the insurance premium. You have to identify the subject, and you have to identify the verb and its form and the object as well. When you can identify all these parts of that sentence, subject, verb and the object, you can definitely frame the passive voice, the sentence in the passive voice. See here, the insurance premium is the object in the given question. So, it is to be brought front as the subject of the passive voice here. The insurance premium, and did is the past form of do. So, here we are using was, and not is mentioned there in the question. We are using the same here. Pay gets changed as paid, and you have to put by before the object of this passive voice, and it is going to be Abel at the end. As a whole, the answer is the insurance premium was not paid by Abel. Next, the 18th question is combine the following sentences using although. Although is a word, is a linker that we are instructed to use here to combine the sentences given. What are the sentences given here? Ray lost Charulata's script, but he did not want to complain. These are the two sentences given. So, we are using although at the beginning of the sentence. Although Ray lost Charulata's script, comma, he did not want to complain. That is the answer of question number 18. This is how simply we can combine the sentences using the linkers. Of course, the rules and the particulars that you have to follow while combining the sentences with different linkers is different from each other, and you have to follow such and such rules while combining with those respective linkers. Next comes fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions given in the brackets. That is question number 19. See, for each question above we have 2 marks, and even for question number 19, though you are given 2 questions here as A and B, you are going to have 2 into 1, that is for 2 marks. Here you are given 2 sentences. with some blanks, a blank in each of the sentence, and you are given three prepositions in brackets as a choice. Then you have to find the correct option from the given choices and you have to put that in the blanks, or you may put that against the question number that you have put in your answer booklet. So, here let us see what are the questions given here under the question number 19. A is Jyotika goes to school dash Deepika daily, and the options given are along with, ahead of, in spite of. How can you know which is to be put in the blank? I may say, as you are nearing the examination, it would be convenient for you if you know the meaning of such and such prepositions in your mother tongue. Or else you may have, with vigorous practice also, you can get used to use these prepositions in the apt way. If you do not have enough time, or if you do not feel comfortable with practicing it in that way, you can have a good usage of these prepositions by knowing their meanings in your mother tongue. See here, it is given along with, that means in Telugu to patuga, and ahead of, that means kante munduga, and here it is given in spite of, that means ainappatiki. So, here which is much suited here, that you have to opt as the correct answer. And what is that? Jyotika goes to school along with Deepika daily. So, it is going to be the correct option. So, that is the answer for A. And what about B? It is Mr. Abel was very fond dash his grandson Jimmy. So, we know very well that all these collocations here, Mr. Abel was very fond, fond always follows with of. So, here Mr. Abel was very fond of his grandson Jimmy. Even for learning these things, you have to read such and such collocations just as a daily practice. See here, good at, interested in, bad at, fond of. Likewise, such things you have to read every day. If you write it on a paper and stick onto a wall against your bed, you can go through them daily and you get used to read those things and you can easily identify which is going to give you the correct sense. That is how you can easily attempt this question, I think. So, you may have your preparation in such a way as well. Here question number 20. Fill in the blanks with suitable form of the verb given in the brackets. That is, here you are given a sentence and there will be two blanks. You are given two verbs in two brackets. You have to identify, you have to write the correct verb form there in that particular context. See here, it is given, after he dash his lunch, Ravi dash to the movie. That is what given there. And it is given against the first blank complete, and the second, against the second blank it is go. How to find out what it is to be? Here it is very easy to identify that. Here in such case, in the present sentence, the first one is two things are given here, two actions are given, one after the other, the actions have taken place. So, for the first taken place action, you have to put the perfect tense here. After he had completed his lunch, Ravi went to the movie. First completed action always is with the past perfect tense. This is how we have to do the things. So, let us take a short break before getting into the question number 21. Ben utters such an expression there in that lesson. And what does it mean? What does that expression, that very expression mean? Is that out of the distress, or is he happy, or is he expressing any other with that expression? Let us see what are the options given under that expression. It is A, hesitation, B, surprise, C, pleasure, and D is distress. It is all the hesitation that he was mentioning there. If you go to that very particular lesson and read the context, you can easily understand that it is hesitation, and the answer is A here. Next comes the other thing, would you mind giving me a lift? Just now I have explained you that for expressing polite request, we use this do you mind, would you mind, could you please, likewise. These are all the expressions to express a polite request. So, what are the options given under this question, this expression? What are they? Let us see. A is giving permission, B making request, C seeking permission, and D asking information. It is sure that B is the correct answer, making a request. Next question number 24, read the following paragraph and write the synonyms of the underlined words choosing from the words given in the box. So, what are the words given in the box? Exit, sorry, exist, called, disparity, pure. Here it is given from the lesson My Childhood. Lakshmana Sastri summoned the teacher and in our presence told the teacher that he should not spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of innocent children. He bluntly asked the teacher to either apologize or quit the school and the island. What do you mean by these four words underlined? And you are given a letter against each underlined word, A, B, C and D. As far as the word with A is summoned, and it means called. You have to pick it from the given words that are given in the box. It is given there, call. You have to pick that word and write against the answers. Next comes B, that is inequality. Inequality means disparity. The word is given there again in the box. You have to pick it up and write. Next comes innocent. Innocent means here pure. From the given words, the closely meaningful, the closely set word is to be picked up. So, here innocent means pure from the given words in the box. Next comes quit. Quit means to exit. To exit. You can observe this word particularly in the cinema hall. So, you can see that exit, entry, entrance, entry, exit, likewise it is written there. You can observe that. Next comes question number 25. Read the paragraph and match the words under A with their antonyms under B. Write your answers and the corresponding numbers in the answer book. So, here you are given a passage. It will be very easy to understand the meaning of those words by going through the passage, and you can definitely identify the antonyms from the given words here. See, under A they are given shocked, left, distraught and old, and under B they are given pleased, confident, dependent, young, staid, doubtful. Now, we have to pick up the antonyms of the words given under A. What is the antonym of the word shocked? It is confident. And for left, it is staid. Distraught, it is going to be pleased as an antonym. And for old, it is young. We are all know it pretty well. Next comes question number 26. Fill in the blanks with the right form of the words given in brackets. And here you are given a passage again with some blanks, and against each blank you are given three options. You have to choose the right form of the word. See, here some are given as nouns, or sometimes there may be some verb forms or adjective forms. You have to find the correct form of the right form of the very word. Here for 26 years he was the dash of Chitrabani. He was the director of Chitrabani, and under him the institute not only produced important documentary features but also became breeding ground for locally talented for filmmaking. Question number 27. Complete the following spelling of the words choosing AE, EA, EE, O. Likewise, you are given some double vowels. Here you have to read all the things that are given there, AI and EI as well. Then you have to choose the correct double vowel, the correct pair of the vowels here. We will see if he has locked the receipt up in the bureau. So, it is receipt, you have to know the spelling of that, then only you can spell it in a correct manner. It is RECEIPT. So, EI is picked up from the given options, and for the second word it is given EA and it is picked up from the given options. Next comes question number 28. Complete the words with correct suffixes in the brackets. So, again you have to know the spelling of the word here. Challenges, convictions. It is given two options in the brackets. You have to pick the correct option and you have to write again is the question number in your answer booklet. Next comes 29. Find the wrongly spelled word and write its correct spelling. You are given four words as a set, and in each set you are given a wrongly spelled word. You have to identify it and you have to write the correct spelling of that word. Here it is given league is the wrong spelling and you have to mention the correct spelling as L-E-A-G-U-E. And for B it is beautiful. Beautiful is wrongly spelled here and we have to write the correct spelling B-E-A-U-T-I-F-U-L. And as far as this question number 30 is concerned, you are given a word from a dictionary. You have to read what is given there against the head word. You have to read all the content and you should go reading the questions. Here you are given the word arches, and the part of speech mentioned here of this very particular head word is adjective, and its meaning is also given extremely difficult and involving a lot of effort, and it is given in an example as well, and the other form of that word head word is given as arduously, the form as an adverb. So, what are the questions given here? What is the part of speech of the given word? You can easily identify from that it is an adjective, and you have to write the full form of that as it is given in the short form ADJ. You have to write the full form of that, that is adjective. And the question number 2 is what is its adverb form? It is given there, you can easily find it out and just copy the word from that content as arduously, that is the adverb, and you are going to score 2 marks for that. Question number 31 is arrange the following words and the correct headings 18 to 1/4, that is you are going to score 2 marks for all the correct attempts. See here, singulars and plurals. What are the 8 words given here? Crisis, crisis, syllabi, thesis, fungus, fungi, thesis, syllabus. So, here what are the singulars? You can easily identify this. It is also some textual exercise you are given here, and only such simple things are given there even at your examination, but the only thing is you have to have a good practice of that. Some children what they do is they just mistake what word comes under what heading. That should not be there. If you are very clear and well practiced, you cannot confuse at this juncture. See, singulars are crisis, and what is the plural for that? Crisis. Singular is syllabus, and what is the plural for that? Syllabi. Thesis is the singular and thesis is the plural. Fungus is singular and fungi is plural. I have mentioned the same here, and for this you are going to get 2 marks. Question number 32, match the following one-word substitutes with their meanings and write in the answer booklet. You have to write in the answer booklet, not here in this. So, here the biography, documentary, rendezvous, manuscript are the words, one-word substitutes given here to find their meanings from the column B. See here it is given a meeting place that which cannot be imitated, a handwritten document, a film that gives facts about something, a life history written by somebody else, a short stay between 2 places in one's journey. You can easily identify this if you are well prepared. Biography means it is A life history written by somebody else, so I mentioned it E there. Documentary means a film that gives facts about something, so I have mentioned D there against that one. And rendezvous means a meeting place, so I have mentioned A there. And manuscript means a handwritten document, it is mentioned C. That is how you have to mention. And against that question number 32 in your answer booklet, you just have to mention E, D, A, C. That's enough, that's what we expect. Next comes section C here. And this is the area where you are going to express all your ideas as per the given context and given question. You are going to express your views, and you can use your language over here. It is for 30 marks, and question number 33 has an internal choice between a conversation and a diary entry. Here in the lesson, the brave potter caught a tiger thinking of a donkey. The villagers saw the tiger tied to a tree in front of the potter's house. Now, write a possible conversation between the potter and one of the villagers. So, we can definitely mention here the only way of writing a conversation is to mention two characters one below the other. That's how we usually write the conversation. You just put the two characters one below the other, like potter and then the villager, next again potter and again the villager. How they going to converse here? Read the context again. The villagers saw the tiger tied to a tree in front of the potter's house. So, usually the villager will definitely say, "Oh yeah, potter, congratulations, you are really made a history, a record." Likewise, they will be expressing some sort of surprise too, or they must be at a surprise in their expression. Then what will the potter answer then? Why do you congratulate me? What happened? Likewise, he will be saying, is that not? So, you have to express such things while writing the conversation just by putting those characters one below the other. Here the two characters are the potter and the villager, and you can express what they actually feel at that very context, at that particular context. That's how you are going to write, and don't skip any of the questions here. Don't leave any question unattempted, okay, because you are going to get a minimum of marks if you attempt the question. It is for 10 marks. You should remember that. You should not leave that question, because I have found many children in my experience that they leave the questions empty. No, you should not. You have to put the question number. You know the pattern how to write the conversation. So, you just put the heading conversation above that. And one more thing, that is, you have to start this discourse or creative expression in a fresh page, because it is going to give you a maximum number of marks. You should take care of that. You should start it in a fresh page. Don't forget to do that. You should put the heading as well, conversation, and then you just write the two characters that are given there in that question. If this is the context here and this is the question, the potter, the villager, and then the potter, just you mention, you wish something there, at least you write good morning, how are you potter, or congratulate somebody. Likewise, you have to mention something, thereby you can get at least a minimum of 2 marks for that. So, don't leave the question unattempted. That is my advice. Next comes as an internal choice here, you are given to write a diary entry. So, it is the context given here is Murthy's father expressed his helplessness to send his son to join IIT due to his financial position. So, this is how write the agony of Murthy's father in the form of a diary entry. You should feel how Murthy's father might have felt at that very moment of saying no to his son. When Murthy asked his father that he wanted to join IIT and he got such and such rank, his father responded in such a way that I don't have that much of that good position to send you to IIT and have a separate hostel and all. You can be here along with me, you can have continued, you can have your studies continued in Mysore itself. Likewise, he has told something, no. So, he must have something in his mind, he must have felt very distressed, or you might have had the feeling of agony in him. So, on that very particular day, if he had written something in his diary, how would it be? that you have to imagine and write. See, I have presented the answer for you. Let us see it once. As I told, it's not going to be a formal thing to have to maintain a pattern here, but I have given you for good uses of it and a good presentation of that discourse. You can follow this. Okay, mention the date, mention the day, and mention the time at which you are writing the diary, and you just mention even dear diary if you want to, or else you can directly open into the matter writing. But there are some indicators that you have to follow writing this while writing this diary entry, and you should not forget to mention the name of the character at the end of the content of the diary, whatever the character it is given there in the question. Okay. So, what are the indicators that you have to follow while attempting this question diary entry? See, here I have given some indicators. Using expressions of personal reflections, you should definitely have the feeling that you yourself are the father of Murthy, and you are very much disappointed. Maybe you are very sad to say no to your son, using language appropriate to that mood. How is his father now? Is he happy? No, he is not happy at all, because he is feeling very much belittled for having such a financial position to not to let his child go join IIT. So, such thing is to be carried throughout the diary. Self-criticism and future points are also to be mentioned, and there should be a coherence between all the things that you have mentioned there, and the conventions of writing like punctuation and all, they are also be taken care of. Here the example that I have given, according to my knowledge, I have given something. See, I have mentioned the date and the day and the time as well, and which I have done dear diary to make myself comfortable to open that. And it is, today I felt very ashamed of my incapability that I couldn't send my son to join IIT. Actually, he made me proud with his great achievement of getting seat in IIT, which remains a dream to many of his peers. But my financial position made me stand as such an impotent father. See, actually impotent is a very big word to use here, but the thing is, here it is given, we have given, that is self-criticism and future points. Usually we do not use such a word for criticizing others, but it is self-criticism. He usually feels so. That is what it is given there at such condition. See, he mentions, but my financial position made me stand as such an important father. The burden of bringing up the children is like a boulder on my head. With the minimums of the saved money, I cannot afford to his hostel bills. I find no other alternative, and for a man like me with principles and morals, it won't work out. Hope my son can understand my condition, and may God help him to have his dreams fulfilled even in the future. And the character's name here is Murthy's father's name is Ramarao, or you may mention Murthy's father here if you don't know his name. Don't forget to mention the character's name. And the next question is question number 34, the government of Andhra Pradesh. It is again an internal choice between a letter writing and biographical sketch. Here you are given the letter model. The government of Andhra Pradesh introduced many programs for the sake of the school going children of the state. Now write a letter to your cousin explaining the benefits that you got with support from the government by Ammavodi and Vidya Devena. This is the letter to your cousin that you have to write. And what is the topic here? You have to write about the government policies or government programs that are beneficial to the school going children in this particular state. How you got benefited. So, I have mentioned one of the letters that I have got from my children, that is you have to mention the station here, and you have to mention the date, and you have to mention the salutation as well, dear Madhu. Instead of writing dear cousin, it would be more comfortable and more impressive, more appealing to mention the name here. So, I mentioned the name, dear Madhu. Hope this letter finds you with cheer and good health. I am preparing well for the forthcoming public examination. How's your holiday routine? Hope you are spending the days in learning new things. Here comes, that is the first introducing paragraph, and next comes Actually, I wanted to share you how I got benefited with the Ammavadi Pathakam introduced by AP government this year. Under this program, my mother has got rupees 15,000 to get her children, that is me and my sister, educated with all the needs fulfilled. This is the topic paragraph. Actually, we have mentioned the topic over here. Next, I insisted my mother to buy an Android mobile with the lion's share of that money. My teacher started a WhatsApp group for 10th class to assign daily home tasks and to clear our doubts during the self-study. Everyone from our family and relatives thought that I may get misled by using that mobile phone, but during this period of lockdown due to COVID-19, I could have a regular class at home online with that mobile. Let such plans with good intentions be implemented in a constructive way. Thanks a lot to the government. This is how the content of the body of the letter is to be relevant with the given question. I hope you too must have spent the money on a good purpose to support your education. Convey my best regards to your parents. This is the closing paragraph. Yours lovingly, Dharmendra. And here it is going to be the subscription and the superscription. The address is to be written here to whom you are writing the letter. It is given thereunder. So, this is how we have to write a non-formal letter, informal letter. Okay. So, here it is 34, question number 34, and here you are given as a choice, you are given to attempt the biographical sketch as well, and here you are given some details of a renowned person, that is B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a social reformer. Even while attempting this question, you can put the question number and put the heading, that is biographical sketch, and you have to construct the sentences on your own using the given data. Whatever the data is given against that question, you can make use of and frame your own sentences and make them into paragraphs to present over there. Next comes question number 35. Here, as I told you, these two are going to be your newly introduced questions. India has many races, castes, subcastes, nationalities and communities, but the heart of India is one. We are all heirs to a common and rich culture. Our cultural heritage consists of our art and literature as they flourished centuries ago. Our cultural heritage serves as a bond of unity between people of different faiths and creeds. This is the passage given here, and you are also given the streams of the different cultures have flowed into our subcontinent to make us what we are and what we will be. There were Dravidians in India before the coming of Aryans, and Hinduism is a blend of cultures of the north and the south. This is the passage, and you are given 5 underlined parts here, against which you are given the letters to express. What are they? A, B, C, D and E. And now you have to frame the questions that get the underlined parts as the answers. Okay, I have framed the questions like this. Let us see for the first one, what is the first underlined part over here? It is mentioned a common and rich culture. So, it should start with, when it is a thing, automatically we start a thing or a situation or something. We started with what or which. Here it comes what as the questioning word with which you have to begin the question. For the first underlined part, it is going to be what are we all heirs to, and the second one is what does our cultural heritage consist of. The third one is what serves as a bond of unity between people of different faiths and creeds. The fourth one is we have the streams of different cultures flowed into. The fifth one is what is the blend of the cultures of the north and the south. Here the questioning words, see, these are all the WH questions that you have to frame. That means they have to start with the questioning words, that is what, where, which, when, why, how, likewise. Only with those words the questions are to be started. You should remember this. Next comes study the following chart carefully. Here you have to read the given diagram. You have to study it well, and then you have to go answering. You have to transform the given information into your own paragraph in your own words. I have done something for you here, but I think you too could have done this in your simply made sentences of your own, and they can definitely bring you a good number of score. Thank you so much, children. You might have had a wonderful day today by answering this question paper, and you make use of such questions paper as a practice for your future examination. Congratulations and all the best for your forthcoming examination.
మా కార్యక్రమంపై మీ అభిప్రాయాలు తెలియజేయగలరు. ఈమెయిల్ ddSaptagiri@gmail.com, ఫేస్బుక్ www.facebook.com/ddsaptagiri, ట్విట్టర్ twitter.com/ddsaptagiri-vja, ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ www.instagram.com/ddsaptagiri, యూట్యూబ్ www.youtube.com/c/ddsaptagiri.
आज फिर ये युद्ध लड़ने आए हैं, हम आज फिर अपना फर्ज निभाने